worst films of 2025. This is my list. We have separate lists. I'm going to go through them, starting with number 10, Jurassic World Rebirth. How have they gone this long in the series? The 7th Jurassic Park movie, or what Jurassic Park spawned, and they've gotten this bad where based on identity, I could tell you the fates of every character, and I was right. Characters protected by plot armor. It's just this series has not evolved to make it interesting. Even in the opening scene of the movie, there's like a dinosaur that's holding up traffic. Dinosaurs have become boring. So have these movies. That's my number 10. At number 9, Cleaner. We were just talking about Daisy Ridley, and she likely will have another movie in worst of 2026 with We Bury the Dead. But Cleaner was god awful, terrible, awful script. She is a very good actress who makes bad choices on scripts. Cleaner is number 9 for me. It's Die Hard in a building with a girl boss that cleans windows with ex-military experience. It sells itself, but it's god awful.
I like how you say 8, it's Die Hard in a building. Yeah.
Yeah, it's Die Hard in a building. Yeah.
Okay.
Which makes no sense. Okay. At number 8, we've got Run. You probably don't even remember. You don't remember this movie. I do. It's a science fiction movie about aliens that come to Earth, and the light from your cell phone can scare them off. It's so bad and incompetently made. Go look up my original review of Run. God awful bad. There are 7 more movies that are worse than this, if you can believe it. But Run was the most incompetent movie released to theaters. These filmmakers, I'm sorry, they were not ready for prime time to make a movie that deserves a theatrical release. And some of the most embarrassing effects, it's like, this movie in the end is so bad, it felt like, is this a Tim and Eric sketch? It's so bad. So it's on my worst. Go ahead and look up my extended review where we actually show scenes from the movie. At number 7, Doing It. Yeah. Do you remember Doing It, Alan?
Many times.
Okay. Well, this movie is just a god awful. They keep trying to make, what's her name, Lily Singh, into a comic actress in film. It's not going to work. She had a failed late night show. He's awful in this as a virgin that has to teach a sex ed class in high school. She's terrible at this. It's so unfunny, and it came out in theaters. We saw it before it was released, Alan. It's my number 7 worst. It's a comedy without one laugh, and it's cringe to boot. Avoid like the plague. Number 6, Tron Ares. I love the Tron series, but look, the 9 Inch Nails soundtrack could not save this. God awful. It's a Tron movie without Tron. Where you got to get the Tron in your Tron movie. Where it's Tron. It's kind of a standalone. It continues almost nothing from the previous films. It makes a commentary about nothing. This is the thing that bothers me most about this movie, is that good science fiction, good genre, comments on society and life and things in the world. It's about something. And this is really had an opportunity to talk about many issues in tech and fails to do so. And just god awful. I expect there will be another Tron movie. Maybe they'll put Tron in the next one. So again, terrible. Number 5, The Electric State. Now, this is by the Russo brothers, who, of course, did Infinity War and Endgame, the Avengers movies that I think people generally really like.
Yeah,
This
they're
was,
doing Doomsday and Secret War too.
yeah, they're doing Doomsday and Secret Wars, but they made The Electric State with Chris Pratt in this. It was based on a graphic novel that was really beautiful, actually, and they accurately brought some of the look of that graphic novel into into real life. In this, Chris Pratt kind of just plays Chris Pratt. He's like an extension of Star-Lord from Guardians of the Galaxy. So bad, it really makes me fear for what's coming with Endgame or with Doomsday. But God, the amount of money that was spent on this thing to end up with how awful it was, it should have been at least watchable, and it's beyond meh. Number 4, Elio. It's Pixar's worst film. It's about this. It was originally, this film had a plot where the lead character was gay, and while they cut all of this out of cut the gay subtext and themes out of it, they're still kind of there. They're still present in some way, where it's like, oh, I guess, yeah, if the character was gay, this made sense. It's a kid. He's got an eye patch for the whole movie, but it's just his eye is scratched. So he wears an eye patch. He aspires to go to outer space and make friends with an alien. The worst part about this is not just the story, and the sort of hero's journey Elio takes, but the design of the characters. It's like they were drawn by a 3-year-old. Embarrassing for Disney and Pixar, and one of the worst. Not only one of the worst films of the year, worst animated movie of the year. At number 3, Snow White. That's right.
Wow.
What can you say about Rachel Zegler in Snow White? And look, put everything aside about Rachel Zegler and how she kind of, ruined this film with her comments
before it came out.
Before it came out, her political comments. Put that all aside. It's a god-awful movie that betrays the original fairy tale and the original vision of Walt Disney. Walt Disney's first feature film, The Legacy. There would be no Walt Disney Company without Snow White the movie. And this film's story completely betrays everything about the original fairy tale and the Disney version. And the dwarves, the magical people, the magical coal miners looking for gems, the dwarves are just weird AI looking, uncanny valley, terrible animation. Snow White, my number 3 worst of the year. At number 2, Him, an incoherent mess, which I gotta say, Him is about an aspiring football quarterback. He's a rookie. He's going into professional football team, but he has to effectively sign a contract with the devil. What an incoherent mess. It's actually, the trailer for this film is very good. Lays out a combine horror with football. I'm all in. But what an awful, god-awful mess this turned out to be. It's incoherent and incompetently directed, where you're like, wait, what? And it's so simple. It would have made a better short film, but it's just great trailer, bad movie. And my number 1 worst film of 2025 is, that's right, War of the Worlds with Ice Cube. What can you say about a movie where Ice Cube is on a screen yelling at people, trying to save the world from an alien invasion? It's so incompetent, so bad, made during COVID, which is no excuse. And by the way, I have seen other Screen movies that function very well as a thriller, suspense. We've seen other movies that use
Searching is
this.
one.
What's that?
Searching is one.
Searching is one of the better ones with John Cho. They've used this storytelling device of the movie plays on a screen. Searching was among the best. This is god awful, incompetent, and Ice Cube. I hope the paycheck was good, but this was my worst film of 2025. And here it is. Honorable mentions for worst of the year: Captain America Brave New World, G20, The Home with Pete Davidson, which was a god awful horror film. Mickey 17 with Robert Pattinson was god awful. The Long Walk, just terrible. Just a terrible adaptation of Stephen King. Queen of Coal, which we just reviewed, it's on Netflix. It's god awful. The Woman in the Yard was a horror film, came out last year. No one remembers but me. Not even bad enough to be on the worst of the year list. A lot of movies just were plain meh. Orwell 2 + 2 = 5. It's a documentary, so probably wouldn't. It's worth noting because it completely betrays the legacy of George Orwell. The guy who made this is a communist, and of course he makes Trump commentary in it. It's so cliche and makes it dated, but I hated it. And Superman, on my honorable, not even in my top 10 worst of the year list, it's an honorable mention worst of the year because it just fell short. There's no reason that movie should not have, it should have been a home run. It just fell short. And upon a second, maybe you see it the first time, you think, oh, that was kind of fun. Watch it more than once, the whole thing falls apart. Whereas Man of Steel, Zack Snyder's vision, I think was more thought out, brought it more in the real world. And that's my opinion, Alan.
Yes, I know.
That's my opinion. And so those are my honorable mention worst films of the year.